So it's April 2029 and we've got 9 games in the space of a whole month. More importantly, though, we've got 3 games in 5 days, 3 of the biggest games of our season to play. Of course, welcome back to Academy to Anfield. We are at the end of this season nearly. Big games coming thick and fast, and none bigger than the 3 I'm going to show you now. We've got Man United, Man City and Nice in the second leg of the Champions League quarter-finals. In the space of 3 days, as you can see, we're playing Saturday, Monday and Wednesday. Absolutely ridiculous. And then, of course, after that, we've only got an FA Cup semi-final again against Man United to play. So games are coming thick and fast. I'm worried how stacked this is going to become, especially if we get through against Nice in the second leg. Of course, we beat them 3-1 in the first leg, which you didn't see. I did play that off camera. I do just want to quickly show you that. As you can see, it's probably more so in our favour. They did get the late goal, late-ish anyway, to make it 3-1. However, I'm pretty quietly confident that we might make it through. We are home. We've got the second leg. I do want to touch upon the fact, though, that we are playing Man United and Man City once again back-to-back. I think I mentioned this on last season during Academy to Anfield. And rather than take you back through, I just want to put on screen sort of now how many times I've played Man United and Man City back-to-back since the start of this save. Is absolutely ridiculous. I think it's a sort of 4 or 5 times, maybe even a few more, but you'll see it now anyway, exactly how many times. It's just thought it was a ridiculous thing to throw out there. But of course, we are back with loads of games. The plan is, it was a bit difficult to choose which games to play on camera, but I think the most important games are probably the Champions League second leg and the semi-final. So we're going to go and play these 2 off camera now. I know it kind of sucks, but I also didn't want the series to sort of drag on with just game after game after game. So we are going to play these 2 off camera and come back for these 2 big games here. But just before we do that, I just want to quickly show you the state of the Premier League before we play those 2 games, and then we'll come back. But of course, I'm 4 games behind the front 3, and we're 10 points behind Tottenham. So 12 points possible from those 4 games. We could go 2 points ahead, level with Arsenal, and then 6 points behind Chelsea with 6 games to go. So we're going to go play those games off camera now, come back for the Nice game, and hopefully you'll kind of see us in second. That would be nice. No, you wouldn't see us in second, not yet. Ignore me. You'll see us in 4th. So 4 points out of a possible 6 in those 2 home games. We beat Man United quite convincingly. Joe Gomez once again getting on the score sheet. We beat them 2-0. We probably should have beaten by a lot more. You see there, we completely dominated shots-wise. Possession-wise, pretty much even. Unfortunately, though, the biggest probably news to come out is that the fact that we've got Mark King now injured for between 2 to 3 weeks. So he's going to miss probably these couple of important games coming up, which kind of sucks. And then, as you can see, Man City there, we did play them as well, kind of with a heavily rotated is probably all I can say. You can see there we've got Tornianen playing in the middle. So I'd say that's probably quite a success considering. Of course, the biggest problem is now, if we just look at this squad, we've got the game tonight. We are literally about to jump into that game. You can see half of the team are just semi-fit at best. The likes of Millward, Parsley, Grant, Carvalho, they look fully fit. However, I don't know if I want to throw them into probably our biggest Champions League game in many, many years. So I'm going to go away. We're going to pick the squad. I'll come back and show you the lineup quickly just before we get into that Nice game. So proper makeshift team for this second leg. I'm so glad we've got a 3-1 lead to take to Anfield. This is the lineup. We've got Alisson in goal, Bajcetic, Pinnington, Millward and Robertson make up the back 4. The midfield 3, we've got Szoboszlai, Parsley and Elliott. And then our front 3, we've got Carvalho, Salah playing behind Stone. So here we go, kick-off for the second leg. And I really hope they don't get an early goal and kind of set nerves on edge. like I said, the biggest problem about all of this is not the fact we've got so many games, but the fact that we do just play with a homegrown team. All the players coming through are just from the youth academy. Therefore, depth is not at the best whatsoever. As you can see, playing with a back four that consists of Bajcetic playing at right back, not his natural position at all. Thought there was a chance there to go 1-0 up. I mean, there still might be. Soberslay with the ball. Plays it to Carvalho. This would be a dream start for us and really take the pressure off. Passing now to Soberslay, playing it around nicely. Salah into Stone, and I think that would have been offside anyway. But Bajcetic not playing in a natural position at all. And then, of course, our centre-back pairing of Millward and Pennington is probably the thing that makes me most nervous. Pennington, still a young player there, not got a leader of Kanate next to him. And we know Nice are a pretty good side. They did knock out Chelsea, beating them 4 or 5-0, if I'm correct in thinking. I don't know why we had to see the camera pan like that. Very bizarre. But Parsley and Elliott in the central midfield. Elliott not completely fit, but I'm really hoping this doesn't go in. It's hit the bar, and do we get it away? Oh, and Alisson gets the ball there. Thank God for that. Basically just complete nerves. We've also got like a short turnaround to the Man United game. I think it's on the Sunday. So you're talking 4 days before we play that again. And of course, with all the games coming up in the Premier League, which I did actually forget to show you the Premier League table. However, just imagine us with 4 extra points, and we'll talk about it more in the next episode. The Premier League, we've obviously got games in hand to come. And if we get through this and we go through to the semi-finals, I'm kind of thinking that we will have another couple of games to add to the end of April, I think. Not too disappointed. I'm quite happy it's 0-0. It could be a lot worse. And I'm pretty sure we play the winner of Napoli and Marseille here. I'm not too sure. Do you know what? Actually, we will take a quick look to see what the score was in the first leg. That would have been a Marseille 3-1, and they're currently winning 2-0. We will probably more than likely play Marseille in the semi-final, providing we go through. That's obviously still a bit... Oh, and Napoli have literally just scored there. But yeah, that's providing we get through this. So, I mean, Millward there taking an age to get out of his box. And I don't like it when we play around with the ball right on the edge of our box. This doesn't look good, does it? Nice with the ball now. Oh, they're going to get it into our box. Doku on the back post, headed away. Robertson. Beck, I think that was pushed over. No, it was a goal kick. So do we look to now hopefully bring on some players that are not necessarily fully fit? I think we'll take Robertson off there purely because he's on a yellow card. And we don't need to get anyone sent off and be down any more players. As you can see, the bench is not very well stacked with talent. I think we're bringing Doak on there for Salah, try and save his legs for that FA Cup semi-final. I'm also thinking maybe bring on Tornianen, take Elliott off there, give him a little bit extra time to try and recover. Again, Tornianen, not his best position. We do like to play him out on the left wing, but needs must play the players where we can play them. I think, well, to be fair, I have left the cautious mentality on, not because I meant to, but we'll just pretend that I'm a tactical genius. However, I did just forget to switch it back to our normal, and that's not good, is it? 64 minutes, there's plenty of time. I think we're going to have to switch it back now. We don't want to keep absorbing pressure like the cautious mentality makes us do. I'm also thinking if I encourage them, they don't really like it purely because we're already 3-2 up on aggregate. That makes no sense. Bajcetic with the ball. Can we get a goal and restore that 2-0 lead? That would be ideal. Stone now with the ball. Can he turn and shoot? No, plays it back to Soberslay, who shoots from an absolute mile away, and that goes out for a corner. This is going to be tight. This definitely is going to be tight. I think rather than bring in... I know we got a corner, but I can't imagine it coming to anything. I think we're going to bring off Millward and bring on Gomez there. Again, not fully fit, but I think we need the experience this time of the game. And I'm just completely focused on the clock now. I didn't expect to win this game. However, I was more trying to consolidate and keep the draw. I mean, the team that we put out, I can't really expect to win a game. I'm not that optimistic when it comes to putting out a weakened team as we have. That's an interesting game to watch, though. That was 3-1 on aggregate. I think Napoli will need an extra goal to take it to extra time. Speaking of which, I don't think I want extra time, because if we go to extra time, we're out. That's how I feel. If it goes to extra time, we are out, because there is no chance of us scoring a goal. We haven't created anything, and that's exactly what we didn't want. Oh, is this going to be a lifeline? Is this offside? Please let it be offside. Oh, and thank God it's actually disallowed. Oh, I didn't expect that to go our way. I mean, riding our luck, and he's a mile off. An absolute mile off. Not really, but... And there you go. Napoli have scored and taken it to extra time. I'm pretty sure. I can't do quick maths in my head. Or if they won it, I'm not really sure. I should be probably concentrating on our game more. But that game seems a bit more exciting to kind of watch from a distance. So there we go. We are through to the semi-final. Our first semi-final, if I'm correct in thinking, against Marseille. They won on penalties. How cruel is that there? Coming back to win on penalties when Napoli there with a huge comeback, 2-0 down, 4 goals in the second half. But of course, we did ride our luck quite a lot that game. There was that last minute goal disallowed, and that's what let us through to the Champions League semi-finals. I don't think it will be on our schedule just yet. Let's take a quick look. It is. So how does that look schedule-wise? Of course, we're going to play the Man United game in a second. And then if we look here, we've got Marseille there, sandwiched between a Bournemouth and Chelsea 2 days later. They can't. Surely they need to be moving that. We cannot play another, 3 games in 6 days at the end of the month. Oh, that's just ridiculous, because you've got the Tuesday and the Thursday. We can't play Chelsea on a Thursday. The league leaders. That's just cruel. I mean, if that doesn't change, you probably kiss the Premier League goodbye and just hope for the treble, cups. But of course, we're through to the Champions League semi-finals. We can put that to one side for now. We're going to go and play the FA Cup semi-final against Man United and hopefully get ourselves the second final confirmed of the season. Of course, we're more likely going to play Chelsea there. There's no chance Cardiff are going to beat Chelsea. But let's get into the lineup. And I'm just thinking, actually, no. What I will do before the lineup, I'll come back and show you if for any miracle Cardiff have beaten Chelsea, because of course they play first. So we'll do that. And then, like I said, we'll get into the lineup. So we all kind of pretty much expected it, but Chelsea beat Cardiff. They did beat them 4-1. After extra time, though, so they did not make it easy. And, of course, you can see there Cardiff had a man sent off. But it took them till the 107th minute to actually take the lead, which is pretty crazy. But, of course, it will be Chelsea in the final. But we have got a little job of beating Man United first. And that's exactly what we're going to hopefully do with this team. This is the lineup, a more familiar side, a team with actually fit players. Which is probably the biggest positive we can take. Alisson in goal, Bradley, Gomez, Konate and Robertson make up the pretty familiar back four. We've got Bajcetic, Elliott and Gravenberch in the middle. And then we are starting Luis Diaz. He's playing up front with Doak and Stone. So here we go. Man United in the FA Cup semi-final. A chance for another final in this season. Would be nice to get to another one. We've had the better of Man United pretty much all season long in terms of beating them. I think we've beat them quite a few times because we played them. Did we play them in the Carabao Cup as well? I think we did. But actually, I'd probably swap all them for a nice victory in the FA Cup semi-final and go through to the final where we play Chelsea and a chance to win the FA Cup. I was going to say the Champions League. I'm getting ahead of myself. Win the FA Cup for a third consecutive time. Of course, we've won it back to back. This would be the third time, but maybe let's not talk about that too much. let's just concentrate on playing Man United, because things can happen, and not good things, put it that way. And this might be a chance. Elliott with the ball. Bradley. Elliott with the ball. Elliott wins the ball back, sorry. Stone to Doak. Can this be a chance for us for an early goal? Of course, we didn't score in that last game against Nice. Kind of didn't expect to either, looking at the team we had out. Stone now with a chance. And that's gone just wide. Good save there from the Man United keeper. That would have been a brilliant chance to go 1-0 up. Gravenberch now with the corner. In towards, Pennington, I hope. No, Pennington's not even on the pitch. It couldn't have gone to him. And we've sort of tried to put out quite an experienced squad in terms of, having Konate, Gomez, Robertson in the back four. Probably the only one I was unsure on starting was Soberslai. He is on the bench, or he should be. There he is on the bench, along with Trent, who is slightly injured. So if we don't have to play Trent, that would be in the best interest of pretty much everyone. So if he stays off the pitch, and even if Soberslai stays off the pitch, we're doing quite well. And hopefully we'd be winning by then. So fingers crossed, we make the breakthrough first. But of course, it looks like we're getting to half-time at 0-0. Sometimes famous last words to say just before half-time. Doesn't look like there's any real chances in that first half, apart from the one that we had that drew that save from the Man United keeper. And start to the second half, more of the same, probably, please. I'm just thinking how long we leave it, really, until we start bringing on the big guns to try and get that goal. Would be nice to see us nick a goal early in this second half here. Konate back to Gomez. Plays it to Bajcetic. Loads of space on this left-hand side. We find him. Robertson now to shoot from distance, and that's kind of never... I don't know if you guys saw that. I was just sort of scouring the commentary at the bottom, and it said nearly one of the goals of the season. That wouldn't have been a goal of the season, I can tell you that for sure. Sometimes they don't really know what they're talking about, do they? But I think we're going to have to look at taking Bajcetic off. He is struggling there. What I might do is put Gravenberch back to that deep line playmaker position and bring on Soberslai. Of course, we are missing Mark King as well. Always touching upon it these days that he is, I think he's our best player by a mile, if I'm honest. But missing out on him today. Hopefully he'll be back for the Champions League semi-finals. I've not really had a chance to look and see how that sort of corresponds with his injury layoff time. But hopefully he will be back for both, if not one of them. Diaz there is absolutely hanging in there by a thread by the looks of his condition. What we might try and do is swap Doak to the left for now. Bring on Mo Salah. Hopefully roll back the years and do something impressive in this late stages of the semi-finals. We do go to extra time, don't we? It's not just penalties. We do go to extra time if it gets that far. If it gets that far, please let it get that far now. Man United with the ball, looking to be on the attack and probably quite dangerous for us this late in the game. And that's a great ball through to Anthony. Oh, and that's just what we didn't want. Anthony getting the goal. Oh, right at the last 10 minutes from time. And now we've got to go for broke, haven't we? We've not looked like scoring since the first half. We've just gone attacking and disappointing. It does not look like either of us really deserve to be winning this. And Doak not having a great game. Stone not having a great game. I think we'll bring on Tornion in there and Kumas. Do we bring on Trent? I wouldn't like to usually use him, but I think we're going to. And there we go. Surely we need a goal, don't we, to get back to level terms. Surely that is enough to get us back to level terms. Doak now. Oh, and I thought for a second, it sounds really ridiculous, the way the camera moved, I thought we were going to go in for a penalty, but what do I know? Absolutely nothing. Mentality, very attacking. We've got 7 minutes in added time. Surely we've got to have at least one chance, no? Time is literally just disappearing. It doesn't look like we're going to get a chance at all. And there we go. We are out of the FA Cup. We're not going to make it a treble of FA Cup wins back to back. I'm probably more gutted for the fact that we didn't look like winning, but neither did Man United, to be fair. They only had one chance the whole game, highlight-wise, and they put it away. Us, on the other hand, we had one and didn't. That's probably like fine margins, but there we go. The positive is we've not got an FA Cup final to worry about at the end of the season, so maybe we'll make space for a nice Champions League final at the end here somewhere instead. But of course, thanks for watching, guys. I will bring you back probably for, where do we go from here? We've got Marseille in the first leg at home. I think it just makes sense to bring you back for the second leg. And we've got one more big game left. I think it's going to have to be the Chelsea game, isn't it? As long as it stays on that Thursday, and the Marseille game. And then we will assess the situation Premier League-wise from there. And hopefully things will look a little bit more clear by then. But of course, thanks for watching. And I will see you in the next video.